And what is up, everybody? You are tuning in to another episode of Binge Buddies. I am your host and producer for the day, Tony. Of course, as always in the studio, we have Michael. There we go. What is up, Michael?
Hey, guys.
Yeah. And we also have a very special guest here today, Steph Sassano. How are we doing?
Hey-o.
Welcome to the show. First timer.
Yeah.
There we go. The crowd loves it.
Yes.
Let's go, dude.
Rogue herself.
Rogue herself. Obviously, at this point, you've been in the studio for, I don't know, probably almost an hour now.
Yeah.
What do you think of the place?
I would live here.
Oh,
I would
great.
absolutely live here.
That's
awesome.
Love to hear that.
Home.
Hell
Wow.
yeah. Well, you know, Mike and us have done a great job in definitely facilitating a cool place. Shout out to Michael. And again, thanks for joining us. So why don't you tell a little bit the people at home about yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. What brings you here?
So
Yeah.
I'm a content creator cosplayer. I cosplay as Rogue, love the X-Men. Started about 3 years ago. You know, basic like superhero teen has a breakdown, then becomes like their superhero. I don't know how you want to name it, but I had like a breakdown before I graduated college, and I was trying to figure out what to do with my life. And
Typical, right? Classic.
Yeah, very. I'm like Spider-Man, but like not spider powers. I don't know. And I saw these people doing cosplay stuff on TikTok. You know, during COVID, it was very big. And I was like, maybe I should give that a shot, because I did theater in college. I studied film. I was like, why not? I'm a very artsy, theatrical person, and I love the spotlight.
Yeah,
so
there
I
we
was
go.
like, I'm gonna try it out, and now I'm here. So yeah.
There we go. Just like that. Ipso facto. Now we end up here. That's awesome. Well, yeah, thanks again for joining us. Super stoked for today's episode.
Yeah.
You know, we'll be talking about your experience at the premiere
Mhm.
of Superman, the Christopher Reeve documentary, which is dope, as well as Penguin, episode 1. And of course, we're coming at you with some rapid fire news later on. So obviously, don't go anywhere. But first, we're going to get off to some comments here. We have Matthew Gabriel in the house with a fat let's go, dude. We'll see you there, he says. We'll see if he visits, dude. We'll see.
He's coming.
Yeah. Josh B everywhere on the TikTok live, in YouTube. What is up, Femmes? Have a Friday night. That is correct. Speaking of, by the way, Friday
Yeah,
night.
show them what you're working with.
You know, as we typically do on the Friday episodes, it's nighttime here. So we do have a beverage of the night.
Long week.
I'm hammering these Sun Cruisers. Great time for Josh Beebe in the house. Michael, you know, the Beach Bash.
Beach bash.
Great summertime beverage. You know, iced tea, vodka, classic, you know.
They say better than the Twisteds.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Tastes like real tea, you know, like Twisted Tea is kind of like a little artificial sometimes.
They do
you know,
have that,
you
that tang.
you know, and that
that
harsh
artificial
sugar
tang at the end.
dude, you don't want that. You don't
Yes.
want that right now.
We have Wickedy in TikTok saying, I love Tony's Jesus sandals.
Oh, do they have they do see my feet in the shot.
Yeah,
That's
baby.
For free?
crazy. Yeah, right?
For free.
Come on,
I
we
know.
gotta at least put up a little payroll, dude. Come
Wickedy,
on.
become a member.
Let's see. Josh B says, hey, Steph, welcome. Keith in the house.
Hello.
Binge buddies. Let's freaking go. Welcome to the DTV verse, Steph. he
Thank
says.
you.
Yeah.
Of
Thank you.
course, dude. Marco in the house. Hey, buddies, brothers. Time for binge buddies. He's hyped. Michael Spicy with the pepper. Tony Spicy also with the pepper, dude.
Marco's funny with
Just
that.
like that, we're all caught up on the comments. Absolutely love it. In a favorite minute, in on Instagram. Thanks for hopping in here. So let's freaking go. First thing I want to talk about is the premiere you were at. Honestly, I
Yeah.
think that's so cool that you were there. First off, because we watched the trailer on, I guess maybe 2 weeks ago, perhaps.
Yes.
And of course, you know, we all know Christopher Reeve's story and everything like that.
Yeah.
So the trailer was super like touching,
Mhm.
sad, but at the same time, like celebration of his
Yeah.
life, which is great. But I guess first off, how did you get invited? So what happened there?
So I really just get reached out by the social media team or the marketing team that these companies like Warner Brothers hire to invite guests. And someone reached out to me and asked if I was interested in going to this premiere.
Mhm.
And I was like, sure. So they put me on the list. But this wasn't the first premiere I technically went to. I went to the X-Men 97 one in March, but that one was more like a fan event than a premiere. And this one was more like a red carpet premiere. Like I have a nice professional photo as well.
Cool.
And there was like all these cool celebrities there too, which is awesome. And it was in MoMA. So
Oh, no way.
MoMA has a theater in like their basement, and you can literally feel the subway trains underneath.
Oh, so
you
cool.
could feel them when the movie was playing.
That's the Museum of Modern Art, Michael, by the way.
Yeah.
This guy.
But it was just really awesome because The girl that I met who invited me, she was super nice. All these people that there were nice. But the movie itself was like very emotional. Like it
I
was a
bet.
great, from beginning to end, it was a great storytelling documentary.
Mhm.
And they actually used bits from Christopher's memoirs. He did an audiobook before he died of his memoirs, and he used that in the documentary, as well as his kids were also interviewed in it.
Oh wow.
So they were there as well. They actually said something before the movie, a little bit about what this documentary meant. And it was like kind of not an up and down roller coaster of emotions, but towards the end, when it got to like when he started getting worse and stuff and
Mhm.
eventually passing away, there were moments in the theater where it was quiet and you could just hear people sniffling in the background. And I'm
Aw.
like, okay, now it's coming.
Mhm.
But yeah, I did tear up a lot. And if you're going to see this, bring tissues.
Oh yeah.
The
I bet.
21st and 25th, it's going to be in theaters, but I think it's going to be on HBO sometime after. Not sure how long, but it's probably one of the best documentaries I've seen in a very long time. And I remember one thing that was said in it, because you have Christopher's also actor friends that were in it as well. He was very close, like brothers with Robin Williams. I
Mhm.
didn't know that. It's funny because my dad actually said this before he dropped me off at the train station. And we were talking about Robin Williams, and I told him, I was like, I didn't know he was like such close friends with him. And he's like, yeah, he was. And I always think, he said this, that if Christopher never died, Robin would still be here. Like if Christopher was still
Wow. Yeah.
alive,
Yeah.
Robin would still be here. I'm like, you know what? You might be right. We said that, and then someone actually said that Susan Sarandon was one of his good friends, and she was in it, and she said the same thing in the documentary. And after watching the documentary and learning about more of Robin and Chris's story and how they went to Juilliard together, they were roommates, and they also shared these like demons inside them as well. Um, I was like, yeah, I honestly believe that too. That if Christopher was still alive, Robin would still be alive, because it's like one can't live without the other
Mhm.
kind of thing. And it was just
Yeah,
a really
totally.
It's
beautiful
like Tony
story.
and I.
Yeah, yeah, you wish, buddy. But no, yeah, I think I want to say it was a Robin Williams doc where I first heard
Mhm.
about their friendship, and there was like a story about how when Reeve first had his accident,
Mhm.
Robin Williams was like one of the first people to visit him,
Yeah.
and was like the first time he laughed after his
Yeah.
accident. Reeves was because
Yeah.
Robin Williams was just like acting like himself, like doing whatever nonsense.
Mhm.
So that part, like, I mean, that definitely resonates. I mean,
Yeah.
to think about, especially what happens now to Robin Williams, everything like that. Like, it's crazy to think that,
Mhm. Yeah, there was this time where Christopher was kind of getting into like this depression, or he wasn't like doing okay, right? And I don't know who said it. Maybe it was his wife. But they were like, we got to get Robin here or
Mhm.
over. He's the only one that could make Christopher just smile again and laugh again. And so they ended up throwing this little party, and Robin was there, and you could see footage of them just chatting and laughing together.
Mhm.
And it was really, really nice to see. And then also Christopher was at the Oscars, first time he went, and he spoke, and you could see Robin's reaction in the crowd. He just like, it's like love of brothers. Like it's
Mhm.
like they grew up together,
Yeah.
since being kids.
Mhm.
They were basically kids. I mean, they went to Juilliard together. They were very young when they studied together. So
Right. That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad you enjoyed the premiere. What like, so how else was like the event? Was there like a pre like open bar with some food? Was there like a post party and stuff? Like,
so there wasn't we had to I brought one of my friends with me
Mhm.
from college, and we got there like maybe 45 minutes before, and we were like, so do we just go in? And she was like, well, you have some time, so why don't you go grab something to eat,
Mhm.
and then you guys can come back before like 8 o'clock when the show starts. And I'm like, okay. So MoMA is like right off of Fifth Ave,
Mhm.
and Fifth Ave is like all the nice ass places, right?
Oh yeah.
And then there's another street that's we walked on Fifth Ave, took a left on another street, and there was all these like nice restaurants. And we're like, I don't know about like the price of
Yeah,
this, you know, all this place over here. So we kind of just kept walking. We found a Five Guys and we're like, let's just get
Classic.
something, you know, to
Yeah,
eat
yeah.
in our nice clothes, right?
Mhm.
But what was crazy was that we were walking down the street and I see this woman and this man walking towards us. And I kind of like look at them and I side glance a bit. And I'm like, is that who I think it is? And I was like, I can't remember her name, but I know her face. And so I looked up the movie because I knew the movie she was in. It was Alexandra Daddario.
Oh my God, no way.
I literally kind of made eye contact with her because I kept like
Wow.
glancing at her, and her husband was talking to her
Yeah,
as they
yeah.
were walking.
Wow, it's so crazy.
I know. And I was like, out of all the places, just, I, mean, I guess they were coming out of like a restaurant from dinner.
Okay.
Because like I said, expensive restaurants, right? So
Yeah.
I was like, I looked up her husband too, just to
Mhm.
confirm, and it was her husband. I was
Wow,
like,
that's so
I can't
funny.
believe I just saw them walking on the street. And I told my friend, and I was like, I just saw Alexandra Daddario, and he's like, what? I'm like, they
Yeah,
just
yeah.
walked by us.
That is so cool.
But then we ate and went back to the premiere at MoMA, and we got to go inside. We got to the theater and sat down. I didn't really see any celebrities there. I saw Michael Strahan.
Wow, okay.
So my friend was actually like, he's shorter than I thought. And
That's
I'm
funny.
like, that's actually really funny because he's a football player too. Or he posts football player. And after the premiere, after the viewing, there was like a red carpet. So I don't know why they did the red carpet
After the viewing. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like after everyone's been so emotional, right? From
Right,
this
yeah.
premiere,
Then they
now
gotta
we
like
take
look happy
pictures.
in front of
Yeah.
cameras. Yeah, yeah.
So I actually got my picture on the red carpet. It's like I love the photo so much. My
Mhm.
first red carpet picture. But the craziest thing, and people kept asking me, like my friends kept asking, was like, is John James Gunn there?
Mhm.
Is like anybody else there? I'm like, I don't know, I didn't see these people.
Right.
But there were celebrities there. And then my friend and I were waiting in the lobby of MoMA,
Mhm.
and we were with some of my friends. We were just chatting and stuff. And I noticed this guy just standing by himself against the wall, like across from me, like this the kind of the distance we're at. And I kept side glancing at him because I didn't want to stare because I didn't want him to catch me. I was like,
Right.
he looks so familiar. I can't like put my finger on it. So then after a while, the guy walks towards my left, like towards the exit, and I look and see his side profile. It's David Cornsweat.
Oh my God, no
And
way.
I was like,
Let's
oh my
freaking
God,
go.
that's Superman.
Yeah.
How did I not recognize him? He literally Clark Kented me.
Mhm. That's so funny.
And I wanted so badly to like
Say
get
something.
a
Yeah,
photo
yeah.
or whatever, but he kept walking, going outside, and he was
Ah.
leaving. And then my first instinct wasn't to go follow him. It
Mhm.
was to go to my friend and be like, guys, David
Yeah, yeah.
Cornsweat was right there. Did you not see him? And one of my friends was like, yeah, we took a photo with him earlier. You didn't say nothing?
That's so funny. Yeah,
I
right.
was like, I cannot believe I missed David.
So they took a photo with him.
they took a photo with him like earlier, I guess, like on the carpet.
Yeah.
And then my friend and I went out because we were like, do you want to follow him? And I was like, yeah. So we went outside, and there was just a line of the black cars with tinted windows, and he was nowhere to be seen. And I was
Oh.
like, damn, he's probably in one of these cars right
He
now.
definitely is. That's so funny. We met him at Terrificon.
Really?
That was me and Keith. Smallville. Yeah.
You met
Right?
David there?
Oh wait, no. I'm shot. Never mind.
Oh,
David
no,
Cornsweat is
no,
the new
not-
Superman.
No,
Yeah.
not the other
Forget
one.
that.
Not
Yeah.
Tom Kennings or
Yeah, whatever his name was.
yeah.
Disregard that.
Yeah. Wellings.
Wellings. Yeah.
I
That's
actually
right.
met Tom Welling.
He was really
Supergirl.
nice.
I should show you the Supergirl, the photo that I took with him, because like I was dressed as Supergirl that day. This was in Texas, and my friend asked me if I wanted to be in the photo with them because you could have up to 4 people, right?
Oh,
and I was
cool.
like, sure.
That's pretty dope.
And we go, right? And as soon as we walk in, Tom was like, well, you're going right here. He grabs me by the shoulders and he puts me right in front of him. And in the photo, he's actually has his hands on my shoulders.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
He took the photo.
He's
and
a
I was
big
there
dude
like,
too.
Oh, he's huge.
Yeah.
And I'm 5'3", right? And it was funny because afterwards, my friends were like, all right, whatever. Like, he just, you kind of just took over the photo. They were joking, like, you kind of just took over the photo. Like, Tom was like, oh my God, look at this cute girl. I'm going to put her right in front of me. But that photo actually got really popular on Instagram. And Every time I look at that photo, I just think of that. It's so funny. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
he's huge.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
wearing
yeah.
a cowboy hat too.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
I was never really a big Smallville guy. We talked about it before. It was obviously pretty like hot growing up and stuff, but I
Yeah.
never got into it. I don't know about you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but I hear great things about it, dude. And it has a great following, so
Yeah.
must have been good. But that's awesome. So overall, I mean, that was you said you went to a premiere before, but that was like this is like kind of your first like big like premiere sort of deal, right? So overall, like great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was an after party. I even asked my contact if there was an after party, and she was like, "Yeah, but not for like influencers." Or whatever. I'm like, damn it, like you couldn't like. I'm trying to get a photo with David.
That's so funny.
But I'm like, okay, next time, because Superman comes out next year, and I actually asked her, or she told us really, that this documentary was kind of like a precursor for Superman next year. So she's expecting or hoping that the same people that were at this event will be invited to next year's premiere.
Let's go, dude.
And I'm like, listen, y'all better have it in New York then, because I'll be there.
Definitely won't be at MoMA though.
No, not MoMA. It'll I forgot where they do premieres usually, but they probably where Deadpool Wolverine
Carnegie
was.
Hall or something, or whatever that big theater is that we were at that one time. Like, the name of that theater doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Are you hyped for the new Superman?
I am.
You are?
I actually am really hyped. Yeah. I wasn't too much of a DC person growing up. It was really all Marvel. I did grow up watching the DC movies though, like DCEU movies.
Yeah, of course.
But I started getting more recently into DC a bit.
Okay.
Especially since like my Supergirl was very popular on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Because one of my posts got like 90,000 likes on it. It was like just a basic mirror pic of me as Supergirl. And people thought I was Sasha Calle.
Yeah.
Because that's what the suit is based off of.
Right. Who's great? She was a great Supergirl. I thought.
Great. And wasted character.
I know.
So wasted.
I mean, overall, Black Adam was all right, but she was definitely like a big part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I thought she was the best actress in it.
Yeah. I want her to come back. I don't know if James Gunn will have any space for her, because they already have a Supergirl, a blonde Supergirl. So
the one from the television series, or
no,
are they using a different one?
They casted a new Supergirl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who it is though. I don't remember her name.
Yeah, me neither.
But oh well.
But yeah, I'm pretty hyped for the new Superman, and like I don't know, I'm trying to be like I guess hopeful, but I'm also like having some trepidations. Because growing up, I did watch Superman. Like I grew up with Dean Cain as my Superman.
Yeah.
And then obviously like Henry Cavill comes into the place, Man of Steel, which was dope. And then obviously I watched all the preceding Superman as well. But they never like I don't know, they never really did it justice. I thought Man of Steel I thought was really good. But obviously we know where Henry Cavill is at this point. He's not Superman.
Yeah.
So I don't know. David Cornsweet, people had a lot of different opinions about the first image they shared of the costume and everything, how he looks kind of small and needs to like fill in the costume and stuff like that. And then he was in. I haven't seen much that he's in. Really, the only thing we've seen him in is Twisters. And he was like that nerdy, like pain in the ass, like right hand guy to Anthony Ramos. So it's like, oh man, I hope he just has like the acting, like the depth in acting to kind of pull it off. Because again, like I thought Henry Cavill was great.
Henry was great.
Yeah,
they botched it with him. They did him dirty.
Dude, I couldn't. The whole like left The Witcher to be Superman, they turn around, and I get it because like like again, new CEO like wants to do his own thing. But it's just a shitty situation for him. Yeah. And I'm sure he'll be fine. I mean, he's Henry Cavill. He's been doing mad movies.
He might be
Wolverine.
He might be.
Yeah, right. You never know. You never know. But yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad you had a great time there. Super cool. And obviously, like you said too, I think I think Saturday it's playing at Trumbull and Sunday as well. And then it's
21st and 25th.
Yeah. Oh, 25th. So there's this Saturday, next Saturday. Awesome. And we have a few comments we want to get to before we want to move up. Keith Metzger. Can't wait to see it. Matthew Gabriel,
a huge Superman fan.
Gotcha. You're gonna cry then. You're basically gonna cry.
Yeah. Matthew Gabriel, by the way, said he was coming, watching Penguin right now. He says, at least he's gonna have like a fresh take when he gets here.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Penguin, let's freaking talk about it because I'm super hyped. I guess my first question to you would be, how are you with Robert Pattinson's Batman and the Batman world, like that movie?
I thought the Batman was phenomenal. I thought the music, his acting, I first saw Robert Pattinson in Twilight.
Right.
That's where I know him from.
He reminded me of that, honestly.
Yeah.
No, stop.
I couldn't he acted like him.
Michael didn't like him.
I did.
Michael fell asleep.
Oh
I did.
Yeah.
It
I
takes a
know.
lot to keep me awake during a movie. I'll tell
So
you
much.
Really?
Like,
Even
it has
just
to be great.
or just like during the day in general.
Damn,
that. Stop.
that's so
I'm always
disappointing.
hustling. I'm always hustling.
But
So like if the movie's trash, I'm gonna pass.
I will take this, time to nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
But that's Michael's problem.
Mhm.
So no, go on. Like you were saying. So you really like it. Robert Pattinson,
I really like it.
dope.
Yeah.
Like again, like talk about someone who really pulled himself out of the whole Twilight series.
Yeah.
And it's funny to hear him talk about it too, because he's like not necessarily proud of it,
Mhm.
but he's definitely happy that he's like redefined himself in his career.
Mhm.
And I think he kills it as Batman. I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now people see him, like whenever I see him, I'm like, that's Batman.
Mhm.
Like it's not what's his name? Edward
Edward.
Cullen.
Yeah, Edward. Yeah.
I mean, listen, the Twilight movies are like bad movies that you love to watch, especially during the fall time,
Uh-huh.
or maybe if you're like drunk, whatever. I don't know. But still, they're such shitty movies,
Mhm.
but they're like cult classics.
Yeah. I
Kind
don't
of
know.
to like the early 2000s kids.
No,
No, I mean, she's not
absolutely
wrong.
right.
I mean, there is obviously a huge following, but I
Mhm.
don't think I even got through the first one, to be honest.
No,
never-
I did.
I
I
never
watched
saw-
them. I watched them. The first one was the best one,
Really?
in my opinion. I got lost with the third one. Is it? There's
Yeah,
three.
there's 3.
I thought like
Yeah.
the third one though. I remember like seeing like a scene where there's like some decent killings and stuff. Like people were getting like their heads chopped off and
Oh
whatnot.
yeah, that's the
Yeah. I mean, that sounds fun, right?
Mhm.
Entertaining.
Yeah.
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 All right. All right. So obviously, I'm on the same boat. Batman, great. Paul Dano, Riddler, solid.
Mhm.
But the whole world they created, like Matt Reeves, I thought wrote it really nice. Again, I always remember the opening scene of Batman 2 gives me like real Watchmen vibes.
Yeah.
Narration over like this desolate city. The sound, you mentioned the soundtrack too. And then Batman just beating the shit out of like those freaking thugs in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like again, really establishes, I thought, a great movie. And this show, I think, well, I mean, in terms of storyline, chronologically, it literally picks up where Batman left
Mhm.
off. But I mean, I still completely feel like I'm in that world.
Yeah.
They do a tremendous job with that. Again, the music, I thought the score
Yeah.
to this first episode was great. It was actually like, I forget what I wrote down. It was giving me this, I forget what show it was kind of making me feel like, but regardless, that mood was just absolutely stellar. And Colin Farrell, I think, is just tremendous at this
Yeah.
role. And
Doesn't
again,
even look like Colin Farrell.
it really doesn't at all. You really do kind of question. And, obviously there's, he gets pretty like he's naked in the scene. All right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like the whole, like they show you the feet, like why his foot's
Oh my
all
God,
messed up and
foot-
stuff. Like
I literally like gagged. Like I
Yeah.
had to look away. It was so gross.
literally. Especially like him picking up a role, played by Danny DeVito the last time
Mhm.
in a major motion picture. I mean, he's not only making it his own, but killing it in his own
Yeah.
way, which is great. And it fits the world because it's not like a comic booky look.
Mhm.
It's very far from like the Tim Burton Batman, the comic
Yeah.
book feel. It's very realistic. And I love that. But in terms of like right now the storyline, I love it, dude. But what did you think?
I thought I kind of like the more darker feel
Mhm.
of Batman. I feel like DC is more of a darker feel, especially compared to Marvel. And I want to see more of that. Because
Mhm.
like on Marvel, Marvel, we've gotten like some darker stuff recently, which is very nice to see. But for the most part, they're more like upbeat, kind of bright. Whereas we have this whole contrast of DC where it's more
Mhm.
darker, and I kind of like enjoy seeing that at least a bit more.
Oh yeah.
Especially on screen and when they have a good budget and good special effects done and
Oh yeah.
all.
I mean,
It
it's
just-
HBO, so they're
Yeah.
they're gonna make it good.
Exactly. I mean, it's no Lord of the Rings Prime Video, but like it's still something, right?
Mhm.
But in terms of storytelling and the acting was so phenomenal too. Especially by the woman that played the sister.
Oh yeah, Sophia
Falco. Yeah,
Falcone.
Sophia. Yeah. I don't remember her name, but she was
Mhm.
phenomenal.
She's so good. She
She
plays
makes
like
me,
a
like, terrified of
psychotic.
her,
Yeah,
yeah.
literally, like her like
eyes.
just dead stare with the
Yeah.
bug eyes.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy, and I'm like, oh my god, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, she's great. She's great in it.
This show actually makes me like wince when I see stuff like with the line, whatever on the penguin's
Oh
arm.
yeah, the cable up
Yeah,
his
the
arm.
cable, yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my god,
yeah.
the torture scene was getting so
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
And even like the violence before that, like when he was in the car chase and
Yeah.
the guy ends up getting hit by the school bus full of
Yeah,
children,
yeah.
and you just see his like
I know,
mangled
I'm like, those
body
poor
underneath.
kids.
Yeah, I know, right? I didn't expect it to be rated R, to be honest. Like
Yeah.
when Colin Farrell, like opening scene is just like ripping like motherfuckers. I'm like, oh
Mhm.
my god, dude, this is sick.
Mhm.
Like, let's go, finally. Again, coming from my perspective, like I grew up watching like, Blade, like it was my first
Yeah.
like Marvel comic with Spawn back then, obviously the Spider-Man and whatnot. So like I was kind of like used to more violent comic booky feels. And again, this is like getting back to it, and I totally agree. It's like the contrast between that and Marvel right now, I think they could really use to their advantage, to be honest. Because I don't know, we talk about it a lot, like DC obviously trying to play catch up with the whole, having the universe in film and stuff like that. And it's just like, they've definitely had a tough time getting it off the ground, as you can kind of tell between
Very
like,
bad.
the changing of hands, obviously throughout the different actors, Ben Affleck,
especially if you are a fan of DC, you just know how bad.
Like you got to be tight, honestly.
I am.
And they're clearly like not like there's no reason to try and mirror what Marvel's doing, I feel. And I think the best thing for them is to go out there and make it their own thing. Like don't make it feel like it's just a Marvel movie with just like a different label on it,
Yeah, exactly.
And it's interesting what they're gonna do too, because obviously this series, like the Batman, obviously the Joker standalone movies have nothing to do with the DCEU at all. So I don't know. I'm ready to see where DC goes with it. But right now, this show, like I cannot wait for what I guess maybe for the weekend they wanted to premiere, but they're gonna be airing it every Sunday now from now on. So it's just one of those shows. And again, HBO, I love that they're doing that, how they do the once a week release as opposed to like blasting it out there like as like Disney would do or whatever. It just gives me like something to look forward to during my week, and then also like for the show we can really like in-depth break down one episode at a time, like because of course there's people out there who would probably have watched the entire like season 1 already. They would have, like, just because when you're talking about it, I'm like, oh my god, dude. But yeah, I'm stoked. I'm trying to think what else. I know, like we talked about the Sophia Falcone, obviously Colin Farrell. Oh my god, and I feel like they're really hammering some more comic relief in this one too. Like when he kills Alfonso Falcone, and he just like realizes what he done. He just says, fuck.
Yeah.
And it just like goes to the like title screen.
Off.
Yeah. And it's like him like just being all like, because he's like kind of fat. And he's like dragging his body.
Like, he's limping because of his foot.
Yeah. It's so funny. And the interaction with his mom is hilarious. Obviously, big tough guy ends up getting like this, comes out of the club after he killed Falcone's son. A bunch of like young thugs trying to break into his car, rob it, shoots him, fires away, run away, grabs one of them, becomes his sidekick for the day, sort of deal. You do what I say, or I'm gonna gut you like a fish, is what he says, right? So he brings him like to his mom's house, which is like outskirts of the city, somewhat suburban, like almost if you were going into like Staten Island, let's say, from Manhattan. And he drives up in his old Volvo, like shitty car, inside mom. All right. Hilarious. Obviously, old Italian woman yelling at him, like, what are you doing? And then obviously you find out that she knows that, he's clearly like a gangster. And he's like, I killed this guy and I'm scared they're coming to get us. He's like, what are you like? Are you like pussy? Like, what are you doing? Like, I didn't raise you to be like this. Like, let's freaking go. Like your mom. Oh my god, just remind me of my mom almost.
It's very Sopranos.
It really is
for DC.
It's great. I absolutely love it.
That's awesome.
And I'm really looking forward to I'll watch the first episode again with you, and we'll get into it, dude.
Okay.
Well, I told you right after I watched it, I said you would really like it.
Yeah, well, I did only like him in that movie.
I mean, how could you not like?
We
Colin
didn't
Farrell?
watch the episode.
No, but I'm saying
in
the
Batman,
I only liked.
Yeah, he only liked. That was a one good thing he said.
So then you might like this show then.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think he will.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. But yeah, I'm stoked for episode 2. All right, next up, actually, no, a couple comments. Let's go. I know Keith watched this thing.
Oh, definitely.
We have Angelo in the house, though. Let's go. He says, "What's good, dude?" I don't think Angelo's watching the Penguin. I think he's a little too young, maybe.
Yes.
But I'm sure his dad was, maybe. And then now he's up in here. Says Jets smoked the Patriots, and he's pretty hyped about it. So am I. Keith Metzger says, "I can't wait to see it." Looks like in mid-episode, he changed his profile picture for YouTube because now I see him in front of his freaking Mustang.
Really?
He goes, I was going to watch the show. I might have to now, given how good it sounds. I didn't think it was like that, he says. That's interesting. I mean, the trailer was pretty, I thought, like, violent,
Yeah.
And again, HBO, you know it's going to be good. Josh B says, Michael will fall asleep. I mean, does he know you or?
He does.
Yeah,
but no,
yeah,
I like
yeah.
shows.
No, and I feel like it's just an hour. It's just an hour. All right, Josh. So you can make it an hour. All right. I think actually it's an hour, 7 minutes, or maybe
hour 15.
Oh, we may be teetering on like the eyes starting to flutter.
No, it depends what time.
10
so
p.m.
I don't know if you saw like what I guess the post credit kind of like talk
No,
was.
I did not watch the post credits.
So there's no post credit scene. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
like kind of like a talk about the show. I didn't watch the whole
okay,
thing,
yeah.
but there was like a mention of dementia, and they showed like the mother, and I was thinking, oh, maybe the mother has dementia. That's why she has the meds. That's why she kind of left the bathtub with water.
With water in it.
Yeah.
And talking about the kids.
The
Yeah, and he
kids,
looked at her
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what are you talking about?
Yeah. So because there was like this
Yeah.
kind of like text saying like dementia awareness, whatever.
Oh, really?
So then I was like, oh, it's the mother. That's why.
Yeah,
they
that
put
does
this,
make
yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I don't know. Are they doing like because I know HBO normally does like a podcast per show. I don't
So
know
like
if
at the
that's
end, right?
Yeah, it
They
tells
talk
you
about
like,
it. Yeah,
tune
yeah.
into this podcast for a full breakdown sort of deal.
I think so.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
watch it, but I
Yeah, I
know they
never
do
do.
it sometimes.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to episode 2.
Mhm.
And I know they talked about how they I guess they're gonna do some type of flashback with Carmine Falcone. I would
Yeah.
imagine because they said they recasted him.
They did because the original actor wasn't available.
Yeah, scheduling issues, which sucks. It was John
Yeah.
Turturro. I don't know if you remember. He
Yep.
played Falcone
Yep.
in the movie. But I guess we'll see. I forget the new guy, but it's the guy who is the villain in the first Sherlock Holmes, the bald dude.
I don't know.
Ah, God, forget. His name's like Tom Wilson or something. Doesn't matter.
You're thinking about Tom Welling.
Tom Welling. Tom Wellings.
Is it Welling?
No, I think it's Welling.
Welling.
Yeah.
I got a laptop in front of me. I mean, it is Welling. I mean, you would know, I guess.
Proven wrong, Tony.
It's all right, dude. It's all right. Listen, whatever. Let's move on here. Next thing we want to talk about is Agatha All Along.
Mhm.
And this is something, you had mentioned because you started watching, obviously came out, I guess, last week, right?
Came out this week.
Came out this week. So they
Yeah,
released
you
2
watched
episodes this
WandaVision?
week?
2 episodes Wednesday.
2 episodes on Wednesday.
Night, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Which is dope. Yeah, I watched 2 episodes yesterday.
Mhm.
But full disclosure, did not watch WandaVision.
Oh, how were you able to watch the show if not WandaVision?
Well, I mean, I looked up like what the hell is going on
Gotcha.
on Google.
Okay.
So I figured it out. And also, like I did before I watched
WandaVision
this,
was good.
I like
Yeah, it
Googled
was.
like, do you have to watch WandaVision? Understand what's going on? And some guys were like, it'll help, but you don't have to. And I was like, okay. And then it's like you kind of need to
Yeah.
actually. Like you really need to watch WandaVision.
Mhm.
Yep.
So I mean, I don't know how much obviously like I can really talk about it, but I thought it was good. Catherine Hahn, freaking hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Obviously I've seen her since like she was back in the day, SNL sort of deal.
Mhm.
But I thought like the first 15 minutes where she was like the detective and
Mhm.
it was like filmed like an old school like detective thing where she's a detective that was like suspension for like beating the shit out of a suspect, but like the captain's like, and now she's off suspension because the captain calls her. There's one case that you have to solve it because it's all up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now she's back. Ooh,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
all that vibe. I was like, this is freaking hilarious,
Mhm.
dude. But I don't know, I really liked it. Again, like the storyline seems pretty cool. There was some like cheesy stuff, no doubt, but I liked it. Again, like there was like some pretty solid action
Mhm.
and obviously some sweet comedy. So
Yeah.
what did you think about the first 2 episodes?
So it's funny that you mentioned like the beginning of it being like an episode from like an old detective show, whatever.
Mhm.
I mean, it kind of goes off of WandaVision, right?
Mhm.
Because WandaVision was all based on like shows from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and on.
That were like sitcom-y.
Yeah, because they were stuck in Wanda's like void, basically. And then Agatha was still stuck in Wanda's spell. So
Mhm.
that's why she was experiencing this like TV like kind of
Right.
daytime. But I thought it was I just love the cast and I love like Halloween's my favorite time of year, right?
Nice.
So like this show is perfect for me and the last 2 episodes are premiering on October 30th, so right in time for Halloween. And I loved Catherine Hahn in this show. I loved all of the kind of like the action and also
Mhm.
the guy that plays the teen. I forgot his name.
Yeah. I don't know
But-
the actor's name, but
Yeah. I don't remember him.
they
but,
don't even
like,
give him a name, I don't think, in the show, right?
No, so there's like theories on that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's theories either that he is Wanda's son. Why am I blanking on names? I don't know. Big X-Men fan, I guess.
I was reading one that might be like Mephisto, I think.
No, so I wouldn't say like that's Mephisto, but
Yeah.
like there is going to be this kind of like, oh, is Mephisto coming? Like Mephisto's
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
back, whatever. Because we all got that with WandaVision.
Mhm.
But he also could be Agatha's son.
Right.
Because Agatha does have a son, and I forgot what his name is as well. But
Mhm.
like,
And they go
either
like
one.
they go out of the way to make sure, like, whenever, like, she asked him at some point, like, what's your name? And like, whenever he talks about
Yeah.
himself, she doesn't hear it.
Yeah.
Like, she'll everything else goes on, but he just can't hear him for whatever reason. Obviously, whatever spell she's
Mhm.
still under. So there's a big mystery right now. dude.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like
Um,
a spell or something, or I don't know what,
Mhm.
but it makes me wonder if like if he tells somebody else if they can hear it as well.
Mm.
Because he also
Right.
told like because she asked like where he's from and his
Mhm.
backstory, and that was all like deaf, like she couldn't
Right.
hear.
Yeah. So anything about him, it
Yeah.
seems. Yeah.
So like it's kind of teasing us because everyone's theorizing like, oh, she's Wanda's son, she's Agatha's, he's Agatha's son, or like,
Mhm.
because everyone wants oh my god, what's his name? Wiccan, that's him.
Wiccan.
Yeah, I forgot his actual name
Mhm.
though. Tim, no, Tom, I don't know, we'll see, but it's Wiccan and Speed. Those are the twin boys. But yeah, we'll see.
William
Billy,
yeah,
yes, Billy Maximoff, or
Cool.
Billy Kaplan, I guess. I know him as Billy Maximoff.
Oh, well, pardon me. What did you think about Aubrey Plaza?
Oh, I love Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah?
Oh my god.
I don't know, man. I thought her performance felt like a little flat, like to me.
Really?
A little bit, yeah.
That's I mean, I don't want to say that's just
That
Aubrey,
her
but
thing?
like that's her vibe, I guess.
I know
like,
it's very like monotone, like serious look, whatever.
I mean, have you seen Parks and Rec?
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
of course, yeah. But it's funny because I've also seen her. I saw her most recently in White Lotus. I don't know if you ever watched that show.
No.
It's like a whodunit show, and
Yeah.
every season is like a different murder mystery sort of deal. But HBO, so it's like, very serious, whatever. And her role in it was, again, she had her normal monotone, like kind of like I'm like mean undertone,
Mhm.
but she had like some more depth to her role. Like she had other emotions and stuff.
Yeah.
Which again, maybe not like this role. Maybe not necessarily want it, but I feel like the fact that she's supposed to be like clearly angry, out for revenge. I don't know. I wasn't really buying it.
Mm.
But I mean, again, it was only that one scene in the end, or episode 1, right?
Mhm.
So I don't know. I mean, obviously we're gonna see her again.
Yeah.
I would
Well,
imagine,
she's the
so-
Earth Witch.
Yeah, she's
So-
green. Yeah, so
So
she's
she was the one that was supposed to be the other witch
on
in
the
the
road.
coven.
Yeah, exactly.
But obviously, they're not on
They
good
don't.
terms.
Yeah.
So Agatha was like, let me just get this woman who was in like Scarlet Witch's. She still calls her what's her name?
Oh, I forget.
I forgot. I'm so bad with names right now.
She's played by the mom from that 70s show, though.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
But I forgot her character's name. Her character's name is something with like
It's like a one-word weird. Mrs. Hart.
heart. Yeah. Oh, with a black heart. That's why.
Yeah.
Because Aubrey Plaza's character has a black heart. She said that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I guess I guess we'll see where the story goes. I'm trying to remember where we left off after episode 2, because they get on the road.
They get on the road. We don't see.
And then
They
that's
just
it,
walk.
right?
They
Yeah,
take off
yeah.
their shoes because I guess you have to go
That's
barefoot
right,
on
the
the road.
shoes. Yeah.
And then that's it.
That's tough. Barefoot in the road, man.
Yeah, and it's
I
like,
wouldn't want that.
and they might die in there. You don't know.
Yeah,
what's
you
gonna
don't
happen.
know. And they do have Mrs. Hart there, who's
Yeah,
just like,
I know. I'm like, poor Mrs. Hart, or
Yeah.
that's not her real name, but like,
right, yeah, but like innocent
she's like-
bystander.
yeah, she's like, that's
Mhm.
not my real name. That's just the name Wanda gave me, and she still
Yeah.
calls her Mrs. Hart.
Yeah,
Anyway.
So funny. Oh yeah. Catherine Hahn, just like her snarky, like I
Yeah.
don't really give a shit about you. I just need to do this right now. Get my
She plays
powers
that so
back.
well.
Yeah, she really does. She kills it. But yeah, it's freaking great. So I guess we'll see. I mean, do you know when so the next ones are 30th?
I think
and
every
31st?
Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, right?
The show comes out. Yeah,
Yeah, that makes
that's when they
sense.
usually Marvel does their releases, or Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I again love that once a week.
Mm-hmm.
Get it over with.
I thought they were gonna do it like Wednesday mornings,
Mhm.
so that way Tuesday night, like midnight, it would come out.
Yeah.
But they did this one Wednesday nights, and I would assume it's because like the Halloween time of year at nighttime, witches and
Right.
stuff. Because I know with X-Men 97 they did the morning, kind of like that Saturday morning, afternoon, like morning cartoon. But I was really hoping it would be like Wednesday morning so I could watch it with like my breakfast and stuff.
Oh, that'd be so
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
But now I'm like, I have to wait a full day.
Speaking of which, I would imagine you enjoyed X-Men 97.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
It
Oh my
was
God, me too.
phenomenal.
Uh-huh.
Best, like, I wouldn't. I don't want to. I'm biased if I say best animated show I've seen, but I thought the storytelling was fantastic, and I thought the animation was perfect.
Mhm.
The voice acting was phenomenal. The fact that they got nominated for a few Emmys was just an honor for them.
Yeah.
And I met a bunch of people at the after party for that premiere, and was just talking with them about it and their work on it and stuff.
Was the original writer there? I forget his name. The guy who like wrote the original and did write season 1 of this newest season, and they canned him.
I
Damn,
know
what
who
the
you're
hell's his
talking
name?
about. I don't. He worked. Larry Houston.
Larry
He was
Houston.
he was one of the directors. He was the director really for the original show.
Okay.
Oh,
Bo
DeMaio.
DeMaio.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about the animated series, like the original one from the 90s.
Oh no,
So
no,
did
no,
I.
no, sorry. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I don't know if I did that,
So no, because Bo got fired the day
but when
before.
they premiered, before they premiered it.
So I was literally on my so I had a connecting flight, and on my first flight I got off, and I saw like on the news about a potential like Bo got fired, and there's these rumors, right? I thought it was rumors.
Yeah.
And then I get on my next flight and then land at LAX. And then I open my phone and I see Bo DeMaio fired day before premiere of the show X-Men, or days before the premiere of it on Disney Plus. And I was like, what the fuck happened?
I know, right? That was so
the time
crazy.
that I was in the air. What the hell happened? And he wasn't there because he got fired, right? And now all this recent stuff came up. So honestly, we still don't know what really happened. I'm still not clear of what happened.
I
but
think they just said that creative differences, but I know they had to like. Obviously, he wrote season 1 and started writing season 2, I believe, too. And now they obviously like they scrapped it and have to rewrite it, which I don't know, gives me kind of an uneasy feeling a little bit for the next season.
So I think they're not rewriting it. I think they're taking elements that Bo already wrote for season 2 and working off of that.
Right.
And then the person that is now writing for the show is, I think, also an X-Men fan. So I kind of still have hope for season 2.
Yeah.
And with how season 1 ended, I'm sure they'll still do a great job with it. Like I said, I don't know what happened behind closed doors, but I don't know if we'll ever know for sure.
I mean, I would think whenever I hear something like that, where like a head writer or the creator or whatever gets canned right before this thing premieres, it's normally because like the executives of Warner Brothers or whoever it is don't agree with what they're trying to do or what direction they're pushing it in, or vice versa, right? Or the writer's not happy with what he's being made to do or whatever.
No, it wasn't anything like that. It was like it was more like he got reported for like sending sexual like
oh my God, really?
art. Like it was art of the characters. This is what I've read.
Okay.
It was like art of Cyclops, and it was like drawn in like a very sexual way, whatever, and he was sending it to people.
Oh, to crew members, right? Actually, I do remember.
That's what I read. I don't know if like it's all true or whatever, because there's two sides of the story.
Right, no, of course.
And you never know if there's nothing until there's like proof, I guess. But we'll see where that story goes.
Yeah. I mean, it's always so tough when like a product had to exchanges hands of someone who's a head creator. Like again, look at like the Justice League, you know, when Zack Snyder had to give up after he filmed like 70% of the movie. Or like what Blade is going through right now with Marvel, right? Like they literally can't find a director. They've been through like 4 directors.
Yeah.
Because you just can't figure it out. And that I was like so hyped to see Mahershala Ali is gonna be Blade. Like I think he's gonna kill it if they ever get it off the ground.
Yeah.
But it's like, how do you not freaking like, come on, man. But that's tough if he's like sending weird photos to the crew members.
Yeah, cool. And also I guess like his OnlyFans too. I don't know
what,
because I know. I guess I know Disney can be kind of strict with OnlyFans. I don't know though, because he worked on Moon Knight,
right?
So, and he's had I think he's had OnlyFans for a while. So I don't think that's the reason. It's definitely something else.
That's so weird. Moon Knight was pretty solid.
It was a good show.
I had a good time. Moon Knight. Did you watch it?
No.
Jay and I watched it.
I know.
It was really good. Oscar Isaac. I love Oscar Isaac.
Oh,
it's because I don't have Disney Plus.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
It's tough for me.
That is tough.
It is what it is.
I'll give you the login, dude. Don't worry.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome, dude. All right, cool. Let's get to our freaking comments. There's got to be a couple. There's 15 comments, Michael.
Wow.
Let's see.
Marco.
Let's see. Actually, Josh B in here first says, I'm hyped for this, meaning Agatha, all along, because I did watch WandaVision.
Yeah, I knew he would.
Yeah, it's not that I'm not that I'm like against like big franchise and stuff. I just like to diversify my like things I watch. So it's just hard for me to keep up with all the different freaking series, like spinoffs and stuff like that. Like obviously Avengers, like the main films and stuff, like I'm tuning into. But then when I'm like again, like I happened to watch Moon Knight because like Oscar Isaac, like WandaVision
Yeah.
was something I'm like I can kind of watch something else probably like instead, like if I'm watching like I don't know something on HBO, whatever.
I thought
dude.
WandaVision was very cleverly put together with what they referenced and the Easter eggs and stuff.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite shows.
I know I probably should watch it. I have heard
It was
nothing
really
but good
good.
things.
Mhm.
Yeah. And if Michael gets through it, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
it's probably pretty solid. Brian Barnaby also now says, "What's good?" Familia says, "Best show out there," and he goes, "Come on, Tony, that's her vibe. Give her a chance." Agatha, how are you? And then Tony, he says, Tony criticizing like it's Connecticut related.
Yeah.
That's so funny. My mother in the house is hello, Anthony. Hi, mom. And then Brian Barnaby, of course, interacting with Josh. He's always searching for it. It's not that I don't know. I make fun of Connecticut a lot. Just because,
Really?
yeah, I do. I
Yeah,
do.
I mean, makes sense.
I mean, I just feel like they self-proclaim a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
And I get attacked for it. But that's totally fine. And then he said, yeah, Brian Barnaby says more food related than anything. It is. Nothing can come close to Staten Island ever, which is factual, Brian. Thanks everyone for coming here, commenting. But yeah, it says Agatha all the way. And I guess at that point, this brings us to our fan favorite segment.
Yes.
Rapid freaking fire news, dude. Let's go. First thing I want to talk about here in rapid fire news, Pal World. You're familiar with Pal World, right?
Pal World?
Pal World. It's a spin-off of Pokemon. You've seen it where they use guns instead of like Pokeball, whatever, dude. Getting sued now by Pokemon and I guess Game Freak. Well, Nintendo and Pokemon. So I guess Game Freak and Nintendo, which is freaking crazy. Because I mean, the game really is a lot of differences. Obviously, with the Pokemon, you can't really like argue that. But obviously, there's a lot of things that are different with Pal World. But regardless, I mean, clearly they've like got so much money and recognition that Pokemon's like, yo, dude, like what's going on here?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think Pokemon really has a suit. We'll see what happens. Maybe one of those things where it's just like big business lawyers. We're gonna like just stall this until we bleed to drive money, and then you can't even have your game anymore, dude. But regardless, I would still go out there and play Pal World while it's still there, by the way, because you never know, it could be taken down soon.
Any second.
Any second now. Let's freaking go. New Frankenstein movie filming right now, which is actually pretty dope. I believe this is, the Guillermo del Toro movie starring, speaking of which, Oscar Isaac, who I think plays Dr. Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where Christoph Waltz fits in the movie.
What's his name in this?
I forget the dude who plays
Our boy,
Frankenstein.
William Dafoe?
No, you're thinking of Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
Different movie.
Yeah.
Stoked for that though.
Yeah,
That's gonna be sick. I forget the dude who plays Frankenstein. He's like this heartthrob guy, Australia. He's like 6'5", gorgeous. He was in Saltburn and some other show. Doesn't really matter. Stoked to see him.
The guy from Euphoria?
Yes, yeah,
Oh,
that
okay.
guy. Yeah, he's playing Frankenstein.
Oh, right.
Yeah, which is gonna be kind of crazy because obviously
played
he
Elvis,
used to
too.
like.
He did in
in Priscilla.
In Priscilla.
Yes, he did.
He's super tall.
Yeah, he is really tall and a pretty solid actor. I didn't really like Saltburn, but he's all right.
I didn't see Saltburn, but I've seen Euphoria.
Euphoria is kind of out there for me.
It's
but there's still some good acting in there.
Some of the acting is just
Yeah.
but just the drama.
I know.
That's what gets me.
It is drama filled, just like Michael. Bang, baby. Next, new George R.R. Martin movie filming, Michael. If you don't know George R.R. Martin, he wrote Game of Thrones, Michael. I know you knew that. Don't have to say anything. It's okay, dude. But he's filming a new movie based on a novel, of course, by himself, called In the Lands. It's going to be starring Batista, dude. Our guy. Batista and Mila Jovovich. Most known for Resident Evil, main character Resident Evil, the movies.
The girl?
The woman, yes. And The Fifth Element, she was the redhead. You don't like her? I love her action. She's killing it. And
she's still doing it.
She's great, dude.
Yeah.
I think she's a great actress. She's very relevant. Obviously, veteran actress. So, she's probably do a good job. Obviously, this is going to be like dark fantasy type of deal. I think she's like some witch. Dave Bautista is like the cool like companion character. They go through the forest and like whatever they're doing. But I think it's gonna be dope. And again, George R.R. Martin, it's gotta be a good story. Started filming. I think there's like a first image look out there. Not much to see, but you gotta be pretty stoked. And it's gonna be in theaters next year, so I'm pretty pumped for that one. And then finally here, Transformers 1 is out now in theaters. Premiered
I gotta
last
see that.
night. You want to see it?
Yeah,
I was actually just going to
I've been
ask
saying
Steph
that,
if she would see it, but
did you see it?
would you see
I'm
it?
seeing it Sunday.
Well, you are.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay, there we go.
She is.
Do you
She's
think we
smart.
have to see it then?
Yes.
Really?
I heard it was phenomenal.
It's the
Really?
best Transformers.
Really?
apparently.
Yeah.
Because
It's people are saying it's the best Transformers they've seen.
that's crazy though.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Am I? Because we've watched the trailers, we've talked about it. It doesn't look that great.
That's how they get you.
It looks. I
Yeah.
mean, the story is dope because it's obviously
yeah, it's
like
the origin.
Yeah.
of
Like
their- of their
Megatron,
brotherhood.
Optimus Prime,
It's me and
brothers.
you,
Yeah.
baby.
It's
You're,
not.
you're,
dude.
you're
It's-
Megatron.
I'm not Megatron.
Yeah,
dude. I'm
baby.
Optimus Prime. Dude.
Nah, dude, you're a
Optimus Prime, dude.
Decepticon all the way.
Absolutely not, dude.
Oh man, I could see it.
You know, I hope in the movie they're like, you know what? Decepticons are actually the good guys. It turns out. Yeah, dude. All of a sudden, Michael's looking real sweaty and nervous. But I don't know. I guess.
you're technically Mufasa, and I'm Scar.
But Mufasa wasn't supposed to be the king, no? Wasn't Scar supposed to?
Exactly.
And then he stole it, but
You're the
we're gonna
right
find
bastard.
out in Mufasa. Stay tuned, dude.
Rawr.
I got a big problem, honestly, with the live
Me
action
too.
Lion King.
Mhm.
Because it kind of takes away from the whole Lion King thing for me.
Yeah.
Mhm. Me too.
Because I mean, you watch the animated one, which obviously total gem.
Mhm.
But there's something about like the animals with like they don't have human faces, but like their eyes and mouth look
Yeah.
like a human, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like obviously a CGI lion, you know, like there's a personification, if you will, even though that's used for inanimate objects, not living things, of lions, though, you know, where it makes it like human, you know, dude.
Yeah.
And they kind of lose me in this one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I will say that I'd probably see freaking Mufasa before Transformers 1. I'll tell you that
Wow.
much. Yeah. Bang, 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 bang. This is why it's rapid fire, baby. Let's go. But no, I guess, I mean, if Michael's into it, you know, I guess we'll see Transformers as well. And if
I'm
everyone
going
is
dressed
talking
up.
about it, as who? A box?
Optimus.
You're going to put a box on?
I have the whole thing where it's like I break down. Do.
That'd be sick. I wonder what the popcorn bucket is like, dude.
It's probably
Remember
weak. It's
when
weak.
the freaking Rise of the
Rise of the Beast.
Yeah, Rise of the Beast came out. They had that sweet Optimus Prime 18-wheeler popcorn
I have
bucket.
it.
You got it?
I have it.
Whoa, was it worth it?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I also
Nice.
have the I think it's the Cinemark one, where it lights up. It's like
Mm.
Optimus's
Oh.
head.
Oh, cool.
And you turn
Oh,
a
that's
button, it
dope.
lights up
Yeah,
the
she was
eyes.
into the
Yeah,
Dune
yeah.
and Wolverine popcorn.
Oh
bucket,
no,
so-
yeah, we got the Dune one, and
Yeah.
that's kind of where it started with us.
Yeah.
Obviously, as a joke,
Yes.
because that thing is just freaking ridiculous.
Well, now it's just a joke with these popcorn buckets. They
Yeah,
do it
yeah.
on purpose to look like that.
No,
now.
literally, which is so funny. But the Optimus Prime one, that's why I'm tight we didn't get it, because that was like the one that looked like really cool and
Yeah.
functional.
Yeah.
And it was like,
No, it actually like drives. Like
yeah, it has real
wheels,
wheels. Yeah. I was like, this is sick, dude. And also, it
should've.
could, you know, it's functional.
Yeah, I know. Next time.
Yeah, next time. Oh, I remember it being kind of expensive, but then again, we wasted our money on the freaking Dune one.
Yeah, it's all right.
And it's so funny. We probably waited like 8 minutes for it. And she's like, oh, I gotta go get it. It's in the back.
Yeah.
And she was gone for like literally,
Literally 8 minutes.
like how far
Yeah,
is this
that
back?
feels
Damn.
like 30.
She's taking like an elevator to the cellar
Yeah.
downstairs where they had him. Oh my god,
locked
dude.
up.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I guess I don't know. I mean, the animation also freaking annoys me because I feel like if anything's great live action, it's Transformers.
Well, I mean, if you're thinking about the Michael Bay movies,
Yeah,
those were phenomenal.
but you clearly
Obviously,
haven't
you
watched
think
the
of the
cartoon
original
shows.
cartoon. No,
The
I
cartoon
have. I
shows,
did
yeah.
The
watch them
cartoon
growing
shows are
up.
fire.
Whatever. I watched Beast Wars when I was growing up too, before you. You
Stop.
didn't even know what that was,
Yeah,
dude.
okay.
But I don't know. I think they like I don't know, dude. I mean, obviously, I also grew up Transformers, Shia LaBeouf, Megan Fox. I was I don't know. I was probably like 15.
We know why you
maybe.
watched that.
Yeah, because of the Camaro. I was in love with the
Yeah.
Camaro at the time, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I guess, Mike, if you really want to see those.
Thank you. Finally.
But then you better freaking stay awake.
I
the whole
will.
time,
I will.
sir,
I know
okay? If you
it's-
fall asleep, I'll leave you there, and you'll wake up next to nobody.
I'm gonna be like, and you're not there.
Oh my god. Also, Josh P says Aladdin 2 sucks, dude. Destroyed my favorite character. He said Lago, which is interesting that's Josh's favorite character. Matthew B.
Did you
Excuse me.
call him Lago?
Yeah,
It's Iago.
Iago. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm
It's
not,
all right.
not really an Aladdin guy, to be honest.
I think you ruined it for him more now.
Both.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Aladdin can kick rocks.
What?
Honestly,
Oh my
I swear to
God,
God.
it's like one of
Aladdin's
the
not
best.
good. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not one of the best.
Yes.
No, it's not.
I will
Me
say
and
my
Matt
top
al-
two are Hercules and Beauty and the Beast, and then Little Mermaid. So it's not even my top
Ooh.
three.
Hercules is definitely.
Hercules is up there for me. I would say
can go the distance.
growing up, I probably watched the Beauty and the Beast like endlessly, dude.
and
Yeah.
you because you
Yes.
felt you resonated with the Beast.
Obviously, I am the Beast, dude.
Yes.
Definitely not not anyone else in that movie. Just the Beast, dude. Think about
What's
it.
the guy's name?
Also, the live action Oh, the
Beauty and
Beast?
the Beast.
Yeah, the live action Beauty and the Beast. But then
Yeah.
the Watson.
Yeah.
That was sick.
That was a
That
good
was
movie.
great,
That was
yeah.
great. Yeah.
I-
Also,
that was
the
a great
Cinderella
adaptation.
one was great too.
Yes.
Which one?
The live action Cinderella. What do you mean? Which
There's
one?
a couple
the
times.
original
yeah.
like that was the 90s.
With
There was
Brandy.
one with
No,
with
yeah,
Brandy.
Brandy.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
the
that
one
one
that
was
came
great.
out
I love
with
that.
Yeah.
Back in 2021. It was this one right here.
2020. No, it's no, not that one. Not Camila Cabello.
Oh, what year?
I think it was 2017.
Oh,
No,
20
2015.
2015 maybe.
Mhm.
2015 cast.
2015?
Let's see.
Yes, with Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh no, wait. Kate Blanchett was in it.
Yeah.
That's freaking sick.
Was she in it?
I mean, it
Was
had
she
her
the mother?
in there.
Was she the stepmother?
Kate Blanchett was stepmother. Cinderella
Yes.
was
Mm.
Lily
Yes,
James.
Lily James. That's it.
Oh my God, Helena Bonham Carter was the fairy godmother.
She was.
Mhm.
Oh my God,
Stellan
love her.
Skarsgård's in it too. Oh,
Mhm.
dude, it's freaking Rob Stark is in it.
Yes.
That's awesome. dude.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's got a good cast.
Oh, let's go, dude. Haley Atwell's in it also.
Mhm.
This is a great cast, dude. I have to check this one out actually. Let's freaking go. All right, it's good to know, I guess.
I'd
And if
watch
you
it
guys
with
say really?
Yeah.
But you've seen it already.
Like you would for me for the first episode of The Penguin. I would do that for you.
Oh, that's really nice of you.
Hmm.
What do we got? We got Matthew Gabriel alluding to Aladdin live action, absolute ass. And then Angelo Benedetto says Michael would be Sideswipe in Transformers, dude.
Damn. So he gets ripped in half.
Wow, that's messed up, Angelo.
Sideswipe was the Decepticon that was on.
Oh, no.
No. Who was Sideswipe?
No, I'm thinking about Jazz. I'm sorry. Sideswipe was a Decepticon.
Right, he's the one.
I'm
Was he
thinking
the
of
one on
Jazz, they got
wheels?
ripped in half.
Jazz, they got ripped in
Yes.
half.
Yeah,
Felt so
yeah.
bad for Jazz. He was that sick
So bad.
Pontiac too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he was just like gets ripped in half.
Yeah. Poor guy.
what
And they
happens.
mourn his death too and everything, but it's
Yeah.
like you really don't like no one really feels for him.
Mhm.
Like after the problem was like, and he was a good soldier.
Yeah.
And then it's like they cut to the next scene.
now we
right?
gotta go.
And it's
Yep.
Shia just like running with the fucking cube or whatever,
Yeah.
dude. What a great freaking movie, by the way.
The first Transformers.
The first like 3, I guess, really. Maybe really more like first 2.
First 2, 3
Yeah.
was okay, and then it falls off.
Oh yeah.
The Mark Wahlberg one was kind of bad. Honestly, I
So
didn't like
ass.
Rise of the Beast that much either.
Really?
Mm.
I thought it was
Um,
great.
I definitely loved Anthony Ramos's character.
Mhm.
I obviously loved Pete Davidson. I forget the name of
Mirage.
Mirage, yeah, the Porsche, obviously sick.
Mhm.
But I thought the story was kind of dragging during the movie.
Mm.
You know,
Mhm.
like because to understand like where like the Predacons and the Maximals were kind of coming from,
Mhm.
and also they didn't transform until like the last fight scene.
Yeah.
So I really thought that like, yo, are they gonna like not have these Maximals like transform at all? But then
It wasn't really
did.
like a Rise of the Beasts
It
story.
wasn't at all.
It was kind of like the beasts are there.
Exactly.
The
They're
rise
just
of them.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
the underlying story. They're
Yeah.
the theme.
Yeah.
And
But the
then
next one is going to be a G.I. Joe crossover.
That's
And I actually
sick.
heard that it's
Yeah.
going to be all focused on like Transformers and like really no human elements. It's all
oh,
a Transformers
perfect.
story.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Because honestly, when they gave Anthony Ramos a freaking suit to fight, I was like,
Yeah.
yo, this is not.
I mean, that does happen though.
I know, but I was just worried they were like overplay that, you know, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden they'd be like just mad humans. Just
Yeah.
like, it's just like we're playing Titanfall or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know? But regardless, I do look forward to that crossover. That's
Mhm.
kind of crazy. All right, a couple more comments here. Fanimator actually in the building here. They're already talking about a sequel to Transformers 1. Are they call it Transformers
yeah.
2? I don't know. Because there's 2 end credit scenes. By the way, the trailers don't do the movie justice at all, he says, I'll say.
Who said that?
So that's kind of cool. Fanimator.
Mm.
101. He's been in here before.
Mm.
Yeah, you would know, dude. Josh B says Soundwave was my favorite of Boombox, which is kind of funny
Yeah.
because Soundwave was also my favorite. And he was someone who was really like overshadowed in the original
Mhm.
live action film because he was like in space on a
Oh
satellite.
yeah, it was so stupid.
Like it was so dumb. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, Soundwave could be so much better.
yeah, I have the helmet.
Oh,
Soundwave
really?
helmet, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I have a bunch of Transformers. They're in boxes right now because I don't have space for them. But I have
Smart.
the Studio Series Transformers, and
So cool.
Soundwave is actually one of my favorite ones because the look
Mhm.
is just really cool.
And I feel like his voice is sick too.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, I love that. So kudos to you, Josh B.
Mhm.
And then it's time, Fanimator says, to show them we are more than meets the eye. You know what? That line, or again, original Transformers, the live action, that line and the movie was also awesome.
Mhm.
And then just like then they just blow in some Linkin Park.
Mhm.
yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm like 15-year-old me. I'm like, dude, I want to get a car to Transformer right now. dude.
yeah.
I'm gonna go to every used car lot and just like
Find
be
it.
look.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I actually see sometimes a yellow Camaro, but
Mhm.
it's like the newer one that he gets
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the black stripes, and they actually have the Autobot symbol on it. I'm like,
Mm.
it's kind of standard now that if you buy a yellow Camaro with the black stripe, you have to get an Autobot
Oh,
symbol.
yeah.
That's one of my dream cars to get.
Oh no way.
Yeah,
Chevy sells that as a package. There was like a Transformers package that had all that
really.
on it already. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, which was dope. We can get into that. I'm not a huge fan of that car, to be honest. I think they kind of overplayed it with the whole Transformers thing. I know I'm sounding really negative right now, but I feel like they unveiled. I remember specifically when they unveiled that car, and it was like 5 years before the premiere of the movie.
Oh,
Mhm.
So then, like when I saw the movie, I was like, I've seen this on the road already. Like I'm not.
Mm.
impressed.
I know. I'm sorry. That's just me. But all right, that'll pretty much do it for our not so rapid fire news segment. Angelo coming in here, by the way, says Soundwave underrated for sure. We know the deal. But other than that, I mean, you guys have anything else? I always kind of tossed it to the other people. Like, do you want to talk about anything else you're watching currently, or anything that you're looking forward
Cobra
to?
Kai right now for me.
Cobra
You know,
Kai.
I just finished watching Demon Slayer. I was never an
Okay.
anime person, and
I've seen it.
then
Interesting.
my cousin and her fiance were like, "You need to watch Demon Slayer." I'm like, "Okay, okay." And so it took me a while, and I finally did it, and I loved it.
Mhm.
I don't have any.
I was like, I'm never gonna watch anime because I don't know about the anime community. It's
Mhm.
kind of like crazy. And then I finally watched it, and I was
Mhm.
like, I like this. So now I'm gonna watch Attack on Titan next. 'Cause
Oh,
they said to
wow,
watch
okay.
that.
Yeah, that I don't know much about Demon Slayer,
Mhm.
but I remember watching Attack on Titan when it came out. I was like a sophomore or so,
Mhm.
freshman in college. That shit was freaking me out, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
Because
crazy.
like I don't know if you've seen any of it.
No.
First of all, it is super gory.
Yeah, well,
and-
Demon Slayer was too. I was not
oh, it
expecting
was?
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Yeah. But like the Titans, that like the big people that are like ravaging towns and stuff, like they all like their face just looks like it's something you see in your nightmares.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And then again, just like jazz, like they grab people and just like that, and they're
Love
just
it.
like throwing them and they're
Yeah.
eating them, and
Yeah.
people are dying. And oh man, it's like really disturbing. I couldn't watch it at night because I couldn't go to bed afterwards because it was just like so. I was like, this is terrible, dude. Like,
Damn.
this, I know. So then I stopped watching.
Tony
it.
gets scared easy.
Yeah, no, I literally,
Really?
yeah, I stopped watching it.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
a
I think
scaredy
I watched
cat.
the first season and then that was it, dude. I was like, this is too. And then they unveiled like this mega Titan that was a Titan, which is again giant human, but just no skin. So it's just
Ew.
like straight muscle, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this is so disturbing. Like I wanted to just like poke my eyes out.
Damn, that's unfortunate.
But that I mean, obviously, like huge following, people who can stomach the show,
Yeah.
obviously love it. So yeah, I would say definitely watch it if
Mhm.
you're down with that.
for sure.
But yeah, anything else that you're watching? Just Demon Slayer. We've been ripping the bear.
Oh, I have
Um,
not started. So I'm so bad at watching shows. People
Okay.
tell me to watch stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, it's
The
on the
Bear is
list.
good.
Never watch it.
Shows
So
are
I've never
tough.
seen
It's a long commitment,
Yeah.
because you got to keep tuning
Yeah.
in.
Well,
Like
I saw the first episode of The Boys season 4, and I've seen The Boys prior to
Oh,
that, right?
Okay.
So I watched the first episode of season 4, and I was like, I kind of have to put this show on the side because there's a lot of things that happen in the show that I'm like, this is a bit triggering. I don't know. I have to like
Oh
kind of
yeah,
pause it. So then I haven't gone back to it since. It was like 2 months ago.
yeah. Yeah, that show is definitely there's definitely some like hardcore stuff in there. That's for
Yeah.
sure. But you definitely, if you can, check out The Bear.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so good.
I have
It
to.
is like I watched it all the way through, and I
Mhm.
turned him and Renee onto it, and we've been rewatching. Well, I've been rewatching. They've been watching for the first time, which is
Mhm.
so sick to also experience them watching. And I sit there like I know what happens next. But it's like literally, I think one of the greatest shows I've ever seen in my life.
Mhm. Yes.
It's just like from literally top to bottom, the script, the cinematography, the editing, dude, the way they show off Chicago, the cutscenes, and not to mention like the freaking acting,
Yeah.
is so freaking phenomenal. And I mean, obviously, I'm sure you've heard they've won like 1,000,001
Oh, yeah.
awards,
Yeah.
and it's all like warranted. It's not they're not
Yeah.
just like blowing smoke up their asses because it's just like the Emmys, whatever.
Yep.
Like it is a
They deserve
phenomenal
it. It's
show.
crazy.
And I literally like I'm so happy I'm watching it again, to be honest.
We have
Yeah.
it
It's
on
that
DVD
good.
even seasons 1 through 3. We
Yeah,
got.
which is sick
Nice.
to have that.
Yeah.
So definitely recommend that.
Cobra Kai.
Yeah, Michael will hammer that till he dies.
I just
Let's
finished
go,
Dragon
dude.
Prince. Dragon Prince is great. Tough ending, actually,
Like-
because
Bad?
no, because now I know there's another season.
Oh,
It's like, dang. I don't know. I was kind of ready to have it end.
Mhm.
But I'm down for another season, I guess.
Oh man,
It's the same creators of Avatar: Last Airbender,
Mhm.
Okay.
Dragon Prince. It's on Netflix.
Mhm.
And Avatar is my favorite show ever.
Yeah, I
cartoon
actually was
show.
going to mention Avatar next because
Oh,
I
cool.
saw that for the first time this year.
Mhm.
So I remember like seeing it on Nickelodeon growing up, but I never really watched it because I was like, it's Avatar. I was more of a Disney kid anyway.
Yeah.
And then I finally watched it for the first time and I was like, this is phenomenal. I
It
watched
is.
it in the winter this year earlier. And now I'm thinking like, I want to watch it again.
Yeah,
Because it's so good. Because now they're
it's-
doing a tour with the orchestra.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And they're coming to Connecticut.
Shut the
So
fuck
I'm
up.
like,
when?
I need to freaking go to
Where in
that.
Connecticut?
We're going.
I think
Hartford.
Stanford, actually.
Oh,
We're
I don't know if it
going.
was Stanford or Hartford, but I think it was Stanford.
Find
Oh,
out.
yeah.
We're gonna go. That's sick.
Find out. We're
It's my
gonna
favorite
go.
show of all time.
Yeah.
Like cartoon,
Mhm.
definitely.
And to see like an orchestra play the soundtrack.
Oh
will be
my God.
freaking
Yeah.
sick.
I actually saw. Was it Into the Spider?
That's one of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, So did you see the Toph reveal or yeah? Did you see it
For
live
what?
action for Toph?
I saw the live action. Yeah.
No. Like the Toph reveal. They just revealed like a sneak peek
Of the next
Toph.
season.
No. It's like
The
a
wa-
reveal
they're-
of Toph.
Yeah, like for the live,
For the live
action,
action, yeah.
movie they're
You guys
making,
look so confused.
or the
right
show,
now
or for the
live
show.
Because
action
we saw
show.
the show.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so like yesterday, the day before, they released. You know how yesterday they announced the actor for Toph.
Okay, I
Right?
didn't know that.
So they released a teaser for Toph
Mm.
in the next season.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was confused. I'm like, I didn't see her in the first season. And
Yeah.
then that's awesome. I'm a huge fan.
Oh
So
my God, that's what they released.
they
No, not that.
No, that's not her.
No, you just see your feet.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I love that show. It's ridiculous. But the
Mhm.
live action,
There's
they
your
kind of put too much stuff together. I thought they could have had more episodes to
Mhm.
like Ba Sing Se, separating Ba Sing Se
Yeah.
and the Northern Air Temple.
Mhm.
Like how they put those together. Those two storylines. Those are two crazy story. When Aang goes meets the crippled kid,
Yeah.
that's a separate than when he goes and sees the king of Ba Sing Se and learns that he's his boy from when he was young or whatever.
Mhm.
I don't know. Those things like piss me off about it.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like I love that the animation's great, the CGI is great, all that stuff's awesome. And obviously it's way better than the movie. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie.
I've seen the movie. It was so shit.
So bad.
And the casting for it too. I was like, oh my
I
God.
know.
Didn't make
I
any
know.
sense. Oh my God.
No, they're shot with that. They were M. Night Shyamalan. I can't believe that.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
in his belt.
Dude, his track
know.
record is like not that great.
Not
No.
that great at all, dude. Like, like you made like two good movies, and it's like,
Yeah. Didn't
Yeah.
he make Net at the Museum?
I think you might be right.
Yeah.
So that's three.
Yeah, there's a few like oddball
Nah.
movies he has
Yeah.
mixed in there.
Net at the Museum, though, classic. One of my
yeah,
favorites.
me too.
growing up,
Playing above
so-
your head, actually, like directly above your head.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. And that was
I-
by accident.
I'm
Yeah.
like a telepath. Not
Yeah,
telepath
yeah.
or whatever. I don't know what you want to call it. I'm a
Well,
mutant,
maybe
though.
Tony is because Tony put it on knowing you were coming.
You're right.
It's also possible Steph noticed it, but didn't really like put two
I didn't
together.
notice it though. That's the
And
crazy
then,
thing. Big brain.
But yeah, Night at the Museum is sick. Robin
Mhm.
Williams, dude. Theodore
Yeah.
Roosevelt, like
Love
Yeah.
Robin.
one of the only, by the way, like cinematic portrayals of Teddy Roosevelt, which is like
And he
Very true.
crushed it.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
Ridiculous.
so good.
He's definitely one of my favorites ever.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, Robin
Yeah.
Williams is one of my favorite actors ever.
Me
And when
too,
he
yeah.
passed, I think that's a death that hurt to me a lot
Mhm.
more
Mhm.
than anybody else.
Oh, yeah, it's so tough, dude. Especially for someone like him, you know.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's an actor where you're gonna watch his movies like literally forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
We put on
Constantly
Mrs.
ripping
Doubtfire so much.
Good Morning Vietnam, we play constantly
Oh
too.
Yeah.
my God. We have a lot of
the Birdcatcher we
Yeah.
have, or Birdcage.
And there's
rather.
even just in our comedy Robin Williams movies that I honestly haven't even seen.
Yeah.
There's one of his movies that's one of my favorites is Dead Poet Society.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, of
oh,
course.
yeah.
Very
So
good movie.
Yes.
So like prolific, and also like that movie. Also, like I mean, fucking crazy. Like,
Yeah.
it's like
Oh, I
it's
know.
not necessarily the happiest movie. You
Mm-mm.
know, like there's some crazy shit going on. Boarding school seems like Connecticut, honestly. I forget where does it take place. Does it take place? I think is it somewhere in New England?
Somewhere.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely New
I don't
England
remember
boarding
where.
school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those New England boarding schools, you know, ruining
wish.
lives. Angelo in the house says Demon Slayer is mid. He says.
Damn.
Wow.
Comes out here with the Naruto and the OK emoji. And I know he's a big Naruto fan. I grew up watching Naruto in high school. That was my thing. Like Toonami, Cartoon Network, DBZ, Naruto. Watched the whole thing all the way up to Shippuden. Stopped watching at Shippuden because, again, like talk about like not wanting another season, like kind of wanting at the end. And I know it's like manga. There's like 1,000 million issues for every one of those. But damn, did they over kind of play it a little bit, dude. And again, anime is weird too because like you can go online and there's people like, yeah, there's like episodes like 150 through 230 are like fillers. You don't really need that. You can just like skip those to get to the next main storyline. And I'm like, okay, like that's cool, I get it. But then what am I watching? Like, why? Well, that's so weird to me. But I don't know. Naruto, again, like I said, was great. I don't know if you ever watched it. I would recommend it if you do have the opportunity. I know Shippuden is on Netflix. I don't know if the original one's on Netflix. Shippuden is like when Naruto's older. It's like really not as good.
My older brother watched Naruto growing up.
Oh
he also
my
had
God.
like the headband too.
Yeah, me too.
He also had these katanas. I think he still does have it, or
That's
maybe it's
sick.
just one katana he has.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's from, but it's a real sword.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, it's heavy too, and I'm like, this is so sick. But he has it.
Yeah, it's a dope series. I was a character Kakashi for Halloween one year. Had to order the costume from Japan. The shipping cost more than the costume itself. It was freaking hilarious, but totally worth it. Everyone's like, "Who are you?" But then there was one guy. I was like, "Yo," I was like, "Yep,
that's what
exactly. This is why I did this for you.
Yep,
for you, dude." Yep. Josh B, DBZ also. And shout out to Josh B. Donated this sweet the Saiyan saga.
Yes,
which is dope. And then we've kind of collected a couple of the Boo saga, the Cell saga as well. Again, I don't know. Again, if you're getting into anime, Dragon Ball Z, freaking awesome. Have you ever
that's on my list
that?
as well.
Hell yeah. That's something that I can rip all the time, and I don't mind like, all the different sagas, even up to like GT and stuff like that, and the Super Saga. It's all good. It's all definitely worth it too. And like another like it's like a feel good, you know. It's like not like obviously people die and stuff, and there's like tragedy,
there's like
sadness and stuff.
Deep
but like
meaning.
exactly, it's all about like positive energy, reinforcement, have a good attitude, and put in the muscle work, and you can do anything. Literally. All right, cool, guys. I think that would pretty much wrap it up. I think we got through everything, really. I must have watched the first 3 episodes of Cobra Kai because of him putting it on the studio maybe 2,000 times. And I haven't gotten past episode 3.
He's flubbing.
No, come on. For like literally maybe a month, it was always on like that TV.
Yeah, it was.
And it was just, I'm like sitting here and it's just like, I get it, dude. The Trans Am, like he beats up the teenagers and then he gets in trouble and then he opens the dojo and the kid, the electrician, you're going to get shut down. Thank you.
It's in season 6 now, so
I know. But like also I've gotten peeks and glimpses. Do you watch it, Steph? No? Yeah, I don't know. It just seems again like this.
It's gotten to a point
dramatic.
It's gotten to a point where I'm over it, but I have to finish it. I'm literally in season 6. Like 1, 2, and 3, it's dope. Like you get to see them old and like what happened, and like Danny is a car salesman, his own car dealership, blah, blah. The other guy's an alcoholic loser, has a kid, doesn't treat him well, isn't a good father, and like it's a dope character change and develop. Like season 4, 3 is it really for me, but I gotta finish it out. I think
I saw like they had like some standoff at like the public pool or something, and I'm like, oh, this is just ridiculous. Like nobody even fought. Like I don't even know what happened.
Exactly what you're talking about.
Like, oh, he's part of this dojo.
Yeah.
Jeez, it's like a reality show with dojos.
It is.
But you know what? Hey, man.
And it is
good for you.
It's
good
funny.
for you for sticking it out, though.
Thanks.
Like, let's go.
I do with the shows. I finish them. I don't fall asleep.
No, yeah, that's true. You don't, dude. But I want to thank everyone else for tuning in. Obviously, Fanimator, Josh B, Angelo, Keith, Matthew Gabriel, who could not unfortunately make it this way. Probably still watching The Penguin. Maybe rewatching it because it's so good. And of course, Steph for joining us. I mean, this was freaking sick.
Yeah, of course.
Really, I think you did a great job.
Thank you.
Which is more than I can say for Michael.
20th podcast right in the belt. So
there we go. So obviously a veteran at this point.
Literally.
Obviously standing invite, come back anytime. And that goes for Michael as well. You come back anytime too, dude.
I guess I could show off before we go because we just got it and you love to do that.
Oh, VHS pickup? Yeah, I don't know if we had any this week, but what do you got, dude?
We did. Blues Clues, Blues Big Holiday, folks, which is dope because It's with the original, my boy Steve. And have you seen his TikToks?
No. He's a musician now. Oh no, is it good?
Just hold on, he'll go. Let's say you scroll up to me and I'm him now, and he goes, "Hey, it's been a while.
Stop it.
You want to talk about it?"
What?
Stop. All right, I'm all ears. He's like drinking his coffee. Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
What?
Really? That's awesome. Good for you. And that's what he does.
Really?
Yeah.
That feels like the Russ Wilson commercial or something, dude, with the freaking Subway sandwich.
Just my keys.
That's I'm a big fan of Blue's Clues though. That was my show growing up.
Yeah, me too. And
the original Steve. Yeah,
exactly.
And Blue with the freaking salt and pepper shakers.
Yeah, they're right here.
You've got mail.
Yes, and
like,
yes.
I'm like, oh, this is sick.
I love Blue's Clues. They were great.
We had that freaking red chair in our toy room growing up. That red chair they used to on,
they used to like figure out stuff.
Yeah, the thinking chair with we had the notepad with the crayon, dude. Yeah, dude, that was so sick.
I did too.
Yeah, dude.
I never had that.
It's too bad, dude. Maybe one day. You should tell
You're
us.
Gonna come in here. And it's gonna be Tony.
there,
What's in the
dude.
VHS corner?
This giant red chair,
I'm
dude.
thinking. But I'm glad we got it because we're slowly building it up. I mean, we've got Blue takes you to school.
Nice.
Blue's birthday. Blue's big pajama party.
Mm-hmm.
Now this, and then we have Meet Joe, which I thought is
the
cool.
Next,
the next one after Steve, which I obviously was not watching that, but in the collection
he was
archives,
definitely watching it. Like 20 years old. Like,
no,
I got the new Blue's Clues guy.
No, I still watch cartoons like, Hey Arnold, I'm ripping and stuff like that.
You're ripping and gripping.
Like it's like I'm 10, so because they're great.
Yeah.
These are good, educational, fun. Like that's why Avatar is one of my favorites because like a father and a son can watch it together and both get something out of it.
Oh yeah, definitely, dude. Definitely.
You don't know.
I did not watch Avatar with my father. No, I did not.
No, I know.
We used to watch like Barrett Jackson car auctions together. That was my dad's thing. Watching old cars get auctioned off at ridiculous prices you can't afford. Dream about it. Speaking of dream about it, Josh B laughing his ass off right now. And also Sandy says loved the Penguin. I guess she watched it. There's no way. Yeah, Sandy Terabesi.
Stop
Sandra, excuse me.
Maybe with her son.
I could see that, honestly. But Matthew Gabriel also says, dude, Penguin was sick. And he goes, wow, Blue, You've Got Mail was dope. He goes, wow, Tony, that's awesome. Have a chair.
Is he coming here?
No, he's not coming here. And my mother says, great memories, she says. Magenta, she says, I guess for the crayon, maybe it was magenta. She has better memory than I, obviously. And then she also says Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper and Paprika.
Paprika was
Magenta
good.
was the pink dog.
Yeah.
Oh, magenta was the pink dog.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Blue and magenta.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, there we go. My mother's on top of the ball, and she says,
she's a big Blue's Clues fan.
She used to like it, I think, more than us.
Yeah.
And she says my dad still watches it when he gets a chance.
Blue's Clues.
Yeah, Blue's Clues. Josh B comes in. Magenta is the pink dog. Yeah, he goes.
Everybody, I'm glad we talked about it. This is a.
I do vaguely remember the episode where like magenta comes in. I guess. But I don't remember the. I don't really remember. And then Matthew says yes, he is coming. But I mean, we're done now, so I don't know.
But he's gonna come hang at the horse
turn
show.
around.
No,
Go
don't.
home.
No, come.
Drive home.
No.
Well, anyway, thanks once again for everyone tuning in to Steph. Great job.
Yes.
Absolutely
be back
freaking
for sure.
killed it. If she wants, no pressure. All
no,
right.
there's pressure.
There's, but obviously, you know the deal. Sunday, Sport Horseshoe, 7 p.m. Back to regular programming scheduled Monday, 10 a.m. And of course, you know, Binge Buddies will see you back here Tuesday.
Gaming Corner Wednesday.
Gaming Corner Wednesday. Usual suspects there.
Yes.
And of course, get out there. Go watch something. Go watch Transformers 1. Go watch The Penguin if you haven't. Watch it twice. Rewatch the Batman
Reeve
too.
documentary.
Yes, that's right. It's going to be on Max soon, but in
21st and
theaters.
25th.
If you're in the Trumbull area, AMC, it's playing tomorrow. Go check it out. Bring your tissues for sure.
And your snacks, get them outside.
Yeah, get the snacks
Always.
outside.
They don't
the
check
theater,
bags
dude.
in my theater, so I'm always bringing
No,
stuff in.
and hoodies either.
They don't.
Like I fold it into this hoodie thing.
Not to implicate ourselves, but yeah, it's the hoodie.
Who's watching?
Yeah, who's
the
watching?
FBI?
Yeah,
The FBI is gonna do something.
They're gonna propel through the windows and charge us for
agent.
You owe $22,873.64. Of hush puppies. Thanks, dude. Snow caps.
Yeah.
No, dude. But yeah, go freaking watch the movies. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.